Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, we're going to talk about event enrollment. It's basically signing people up for stuff, tracking who's in what class, right? Students in classes, or people going on trips, or employee training, or whatever. Any kind of enrollment into events of some kind. That's what we're doing today. Today's question comes from Cassidy from Jersey City, New Jersey, one of my Platinum members. Cassidy says, I schedule regular events such as seminars for my customers. How can I make a database to track what customers are enrolled in which seminars? Well, Cassidy, the best way to handle this is to set up something called a many-to-many relationship. So if you've never used a many-to-many relationship before, go watch this video first, many-to-many. Okay, it's free. It's on my website. It's on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below. Go watch that. And watch my subforms video because we're going to set up a many-to-many relationship, right, for each customer with each event. And then we're going to display the customers in a subform under the event. So go watch both of these videos right now if you don't know what these things are, and then come back. Okay, so here we are in my Tech Help free template. Go grab a copy of this from my website. If you don't have it already, I'll put a link down below. And if you haven't watched the video where I build this, I recommend you do that as well. But if you went and watched my subform video and my many-to-many video, those videos recommend you watch this one. So everything in Access is like you got to learn this to learn this to learn this to learn this. So there might be a few other videos you have to go watch. Go watch those first, then come back. It's like any kind of knowledge. It's like learning math, right? You have to learn arithmetic first, then you can learn algebra, then trigonometry, and you kind of have to know one to know the ones that come after it. So you have to learn how this stuff works, how basic forms and list forms and all this stuff work before we can do the class today. All right, you ready? Here we go. So the first thing we have to set up is a table to hold our events. Now, we already have a customer table, so we don't have to do that again. We built this in a previous video. So we've already got the customers, which will be our event attendees, right? And again, this works equally well whether you're talking about students in classes or people on trips or employees in training, whatever. Anytime you got to deal with people getting enrolled in events or classes or whatever, all right? Same technique. So let us create a table design. This will be our event table. So we'll call event ID, our auto number. Okay, we'll have the event name. Don't use name. Remember, name by itself is a reserved word. Okay, maybe the event date, if you want to put a date in here. Okay, and you could put in here notes if you want to. All right, I'm so used to typing in memo. In older versions of Access, it's called memo. It's still long text. All right, so that's good enough for now. Save this event T. It's my event table. Okay. And let's throw some sample events in here. Let's just put in here, let's say Niagara Falls trip. Right, the event date is 8/1. Okay, how about, let's do a Star Trek convention. Right, that'll be on 10/1. Okay, and then there's a Rush tribute band concert. I'm actually going to one of these at the end of the month myself. Love Rush. Let's say that's 11/15. Okay, so we got a couple of different events in our table. All right. Now we have to track which customers are enrolled in each event. Okay? Before I do that, though, one real quick thing. I like to take these things in design view when I'm building new tables before I start working, and I like to take little screen clips of this. Now, there's a screen clip tool that comes with Office. There's a bunch of them online. I use one called HyperSnap. It's nice and easy to use. I'll put a link to it down in the link section if you want to check it out. But I can just do this and take a screen clip of the design of the table like that. Okay? And I'm just going to drop it into Paint. Paint comes with Windows. Everyone's got it, right? And paste it in right there. Slide it over here, right? Just so I can see the fields, right? When I'm designing a new query or a form, I don't have to go looking back in the table to see what did I name that guy. Once you become used to it, once you've used it for a while, like the customer table, I know what those fields are. Okay? In fact, let's put the customer table right here just so we can see it for relationship purposes. Flip back over to Access. I'm going to open up my customer T in design view. And again, I don't need all the fields, just the ones I'm not familiar with, right? And then I'm going to use my screen clip tool. Clip. All right, HyperSnap. I've been using HyperSnap for years. I love it. And then we'll flip back over to Paint. And then I'll paste that in right there. So I got customers and I got events, okay, with a customer ID and an event ID. So now I need a junction table between these guys, right, to track which customers are enrolled in which events. That's the junction table. We learned about that in the many-to-many relationships video. Okay, let's go build it. All right, back to Access, Create, Table Design. All right, we're going to have an event X customer ID. That's just the auto number for each record in here. Okay, then we're going to have an event ID. That's a number of type long integer. That's our foreign key to the event table. Then a customer ID, which is also a foreign key to the customer table. This table joins together those other two tables. Now, if you want to track things that are unique to this specific pairing, I don't want to say event because the sign up, for example, all right, like the sign up date, you could put that in here, all right? Maybe default that to today's date. All right, that will track when this relationship was made, what they signed up, what date they signed up. Other notes, special requests for the trip or whatever, special meals they need. I don't know, whatever. So anything that is unique to this particular joining, you could put in here. Right? If you're tracking enrollments in a class or visitors to a trip, you can track if they're paid or not. Right? Is paid. All right. I'm not gonna go too much into here. All right, let's save this. This will be my event X customer T. It's my event times customer T. Okay, it joins those two together. And again, I'll take another screen clip of this. All right, just grab this stuff here. This is just for me. All right, come back over here to Paint. And now I can paste that right in there. All right? And if you want to make your little join lines, you can open this guy up and make little pencil lines here like this. Right? Okay. You don't have to get too fancy. This is just so I can see what the fields are. I'm going to even just slide this over onto my other monitor so I can keep a look at it. Okay? All right, so let's close this. Let's open all... I'm going to shut down the main menu too. Let's open up all three tables so we can see some sample data going in here. I'm going to minimize the ribbon a little bit there. All right, there's my customers. Here's my events. All right, just so you understand how these things are working at the table level. All right, now we'll open up our junction table. Here's the junction table. In fact, I'll put the junction table between those two. All right, there's the junction table in the middle. Okay, so let's say Richard Rost signs up for the Rush Tribute Band concert. All right, so event is 3, customer is 1. See, and let's say I signed up on 7/15. Okay, let's say Jim Kirk signs up for the Star Trek convention. So the event is 2, the customer ID is 2. See how this works? This table's tracking those relationships. All right, let's say Will Riker is also going to the Rush Tribute Band concert. So the event is 3, and Will Riker is 5. All right, see how that works? Now, you don't want to have to do this with the tables to track these relationships. So we're going to make forms for this stuff. Right, the tables store the data. You're not going to be working with this day to day. It's just you get this set up, you get it working, maybe put some sample data in here. Right? You and your end users will be working with forms that are much, much easier to understand. You won't have to pick, or you won't have to type in a number. You can pick from a list. All right, let's go see how we make these forms. Let's start out with a basic event form. Just a single form that's got our events on it. Okay, close these up. Let's go and make a form. Now I've got, if you watch the blank template video, we've got the continuous and single blanks over here. I'm going to copy and paste that, and we're going to call this my event F, my event form. All right, open this guy up in Design View. There we are. Let's bind this guy to the event T, right? So now this form is getting its data from the event table. Okay, let's open up Design up here and go to Add Existing Fields. Let's bring these fields in. Click, drag, drop. And the only reason I keep these things around are for formatting. So I'm going to click on this guy, go to the Format tab, right? Format Painter, Paint over You. And then this guy, Format Painter, double click. Click, click, click. There. I just grab the formats and then I delete these ones. That's the only reason I keep them around for. I like to make my IDs gray because that way the users know they can't change that stuff. All right, so let's slide this stuff up in the corner here. The event name could be a little bigger. The event date, the notes. Shrink that up a little bit like so. Okay. All right, looks good. Save that. Close it. Let's open it back up. There's my events. Maybe do some left justifying in here, right? Align left, I should say, right? Select all that. Format. Align left. Save it. Open it up. I like to have all my data lined up to the left. I know the default, like Excel, is numbers to the right, dates to the right, everything. I like everything lined up on the left side. That's just me. And we could probably make these labels more pretty, right? Because this is for the people to see, right? It defaults to your names, but you can just do stuff like this, right? Event ID, name, date. Maybe slide this stuff over to the left a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to take too much time to make this stuff pretty. If you want to see how to make stuff pretty, watch my Access Beginner 1 and 2 classes. I take a lot of time going over basic form design. All right, shameless advertisement, Access Level 1, go watch it. I just re-recorded this for Access 2019 and 365. It's got a bunch of new stuff in it, and I take a lot of time going over all the basics, how to build forms and tables and queries and all that stuff. And Level 2 covers more with form design, and it's free for members of any level. So if you're a member and you haven't gotten your free copy of Level 2 yet, send me an email. Come and get me. All right, I'll send you a free copy. Okay, so next up, I need to track which people are enrolled in each of these events. Okay? I'm going to do that with a subform right here. So when I go to Star Trek Convention, I see a list of the customers in the Star Trek Convention. Okay? How do we do that? Well, we're going to make a continuous form that has the people in it, and it's going to be bound to our junction table. Okay, how do we do that? Well, let's close this. Let's go make a continuous form. All right, copy, paste. This will be my event X customer F. Okay, event X customer F, this guy. Design view. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Let's open up the properties. We're going to bind this guy to my junction table. Okay, go to Add Fields. Bring everybody in. Drop them there. All right, I'm just going to delete these labels on this one. Okay, let's format paint. That's my ID, which I really don't need to see, but we'll leave it here anyways, just for now. Okay, these guys look okay. Now, the event ID I don't need on here because it's going to be a subform, and the table, or excuse me, the form-subform relationship will be created by the join master fields, join child fields property in the subform object. All right, that's why I wanted you to take the subforms class so you know about that. So we don't need event ID in here. Okay, and I'm going to delete these. In fact, we can get rid of these now. Okay, there's my event ID. All right. Customer, I don't want to see the customer ID here. I want to pick from a combo box. Okay, now I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I've already got a combo box for customer. So let's go get it. Go to the main menu. It's on the order form. All right, if you watch my invoicing video, all right, which is part of the blank template series, all right, there's a combo box right there that I can pick a customer from. So I'm just going to borrow this guy. Copy. And come over here and paste. And if you don't know how to make a combo box, I got videos for that too. There's a wizard that does it nice and easy. All right, there's the customer. And we can put the sign up date right next to it if you want that there too. Okay, so now this is the ID. This is the customer. And over here will be the sign up date. So we'll just call it signed up. Okay. And we'll probably have to adjust our tab order. Let's check the tab order. Let's see, auto order. There we go. Let's select all these. Right click, size to grid. I can see they're not sized perfectly. Now they are. All right, shrink that up. Shrink that up. Save it. Close it. Let's open it up. Take a look at what we got. That's what we got. Yeah, this thing over here. Okay, let's left justify this. And this, and let's make that a little bit bigger so the word new fits in there. That's one of my pet peeves, is you got to make sure the word new fits in there, because the new blank record will say new on it. There we go. All right, looks good. Now, we're going to take this. See, here's all of my signups for every event. All right, we're going to take that and make it a subform inside of here. Okay, you with me? How do we do that? Well, close that, right-click, design view. Open this guy up, make this bigger, grab the subform, click, drag, drop. That's all you got to do. And I covered that in the subform video. All right, we're going to delete that label, slide this over here, make this a little bit bigger. Depends on how many attendees you plan on having. right? If you're going to only have 3, 4, 5, that's nice. That's fine right there. If you're going to have 20, I mean, you'll get a scroll bar. All right. Save it, close it, open up the event form, and there we go. Nobody signed up for the Niagara Falls trip. We got Jim Kirk for the Star Trek convention. We got 2 people for the Rush Tribute Band concert. All right, let's sign some more people up for the Star Trek convention. All right, Jean-Luc Picard, Will Riker, and Deanna Troi. They're all going to the Star Trek convention. All right, who's going to the Niagara Falls trip? I'll go. Okay. And the Rush Tribute Band, let's see who else is cool. Malcolm Reynolds will go. And then Will Riker decides to drop out. He doesn't want to go. See? That's it. That's how you can track who is enrolled in each event, or attending each event, or signed up for each class, or what are the other ones I suggested? The people on trips, whatever these events happen to be, doesn't matter. But this is how you do it. Do you want to go the other way? Do you want to open up the customer form and then see which events the customer's enrolled in? We could do that too. I'll show you that in just a second. But first, a quick commercial break. I have to throw a little tiny bit of advertising in these videos because I know a lot of you stop watching as soon as the video's over and you don't see the stuff at the end. But if you like this kind of stuff, check out my Access Expert lessons. I cover all kinds of stuff. Subforms, relationships, SQL, you name it. It's all on my website at 599t.com/accessexpert. Access Expert Level 3, in fact, covers creating subforms, form footer totals, SQL basics, lots of stuff in just this one level. Right? You learn a little bit of SQL, learn how to set up some subforms like we're doing, lots more totals in the bottom, all kinds of stuff. That's Access Expert Level 3. I'll put a link down below in the links section. Okay, so let's go the other way. Let's make a customer X event subform. All right? Same basic thing. All right, but instead of having a list of customers, we're going to make this a list of events. All right? So I'm going to copy and paste this guy, the subform we just made. Copy, paste. All right, it's going to be customer X event F. Same thing. Design view. All right. Get rid of the customer combo box. Okay, because what are the fields in here? Remember, if we take a look at our table, well, we got our paint, right? Where's the paint? Here's the paint, right? The same table has an event ID and a customer ID. So now instead of a customer combo box, we'll use the same stuff and just throw an event combo box in there. All right, that's why I keep that little paint hanging around. So let's make a new custom combo box because we don't have one of these yet. All right, drop that there. All right, I want the values to look up from a table or query. Next, I want to get it from event T. Next, bring over the event ID and the name. Date if you want to. You don't have to. Next. All right, let's sort this by event name. Next. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, the key column is hidden because it's an ID. Next. We're going to store that value in what field? We're picking an event from this combo box stored in the event ID of my junction table. All right, next. What label would you like? We're going to delete it anyways and then hit finish. All right, there's the label. Delete you. Slide this up into place. Right, like this. Change the label to say event. Let's change the name of this to event combo. The other one was already named customer combo because we stole it off a different form. Right? Slide that up. Change the tab order. Right? Auto order that. All right. Save it. Close it. So it's the same thing, just in reverse, right? See? Oh, wrong one. Duh. Where is it? Customer X event F. See? Now we drop this in as a subform in my customer form. Okay, right click, design view. Just for the purposes of class, I'm going to rearrange this guy a little bit. Let's move these fields over here, like that. Let's slide them down. Let's do this. Get over there. Okay, these buttons can go under here. Notes can get shorter. And then we can put our subform right there. All right, so grab the subform, click, drag, drop. There it is. This is the events that this customer is now signed up for. Events that this customer is signed up for. Yeah, it's singular, right? Okay. These are the events that this customer is signed up for. It'd be plural if it was these are the events that these customers are signed up for. Okay, I said it right. All right, ready? Oh, let me show you, by the way. The subform object, right? This object right here is where that relationship is forged, right? Link master fields, link child fields. It's part of the subform object. We covered this in the subform class. Okay, save it, close it. Now when I open a customer, you could see what events this customer is signed up for, right? James Kirk's going to the Star Trek convention. Deanna Troy's going to the Star Trek convention. Who else? What we got here, right? Malcolm Reynolds, the Rush Tribute Band, and so on. And yes, you could make double-click events. So you could double-click and open up the other form if you want to. I'll cover that in the extended cut for the members. Okay, so if you want to learn more, I cover a whole lot of extra stuff in the extended cut for members. I should have made this into a short seminar. I went way overboard. It's 60 minutes long. 60 minutes. I covered a lot. We can do payments per person, right? So each event can have a cost for each person, and then we can do a total cost for the event. So like if you need to make a certain amount of money to even just book it, as the promoter, you can put that in there too. We'll do a master event listing that shows you each event, what the total cost is, and how much has been paid so far. And then you'll be able to track each attendee, when they signed up, how much they paid, how much is due with totals. Okay, we'll set a max number of attendees, so you can say, okay, we can only have 5 people in this class, or whatever. All right, here's the database. Here's the master event list. Let's open up the Star Trek convention. Right, there it is. All your information. Here's your attendees. Okay, want to add another attendee, just drop this down. Let's say I'm going to go to it, right? Okay, I'm going to it now. Okay, you can see we got 6 now. As soon as you leave the record, you got 6 attendees. Let's make a payment for me. Click on that. You can either double click here or click the payment button. All right. It's what, $35? So let's say I pay $30 toward this. Okay. This updates. This updates. This updates. It all updates automatically. A couple lines of code to do that. All right. Changing something on this form. I made it so that this form is locked. It's modal. So you can't click behind it and change stuff while this guy's open. You got to close it and come back here. That's by design. I like that. All right, that way you can't go and change the event and you got the wrong payment screen up. I've seen people do that all the time. Okay, I made it so you can, from the customer form, let's say you go into my account, right? We did this before where we could see what events I'm signed up for, but now you can also double-click, go to my Niagara Falls trip. Double-click, boom. There's the Niagara Falls trip. Here's who's on it. Let me make a... Oh, I can't make a payment because I'm already paid up. But let's say I want to add another person. Let's add Deanna Troy. All right, and then let's add Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, max enrollment. I've hit my 4. Right? See that? And yeah, that default value is in there. If you have the customer open, it defaults. Because if you got like a trip that, you want to add someone to a trip and they're not in the trip already, that shows up. So, anyways, like I said, I kind of went overboard on this one. Lots of cool stuff, lots of calculations, lots of form footer totals, a little bit of VBA code, not much. I'd say the whole thing's got maybe 10 lines of code. It's not a lot, just a little bit here and there to get the recalculations and stuff in. But that's covered in the extended cut for members. Silver members and up get access to all the extended cut videos. Gold members and up can download all of these templates. And you get access to my code vault. And I'll show you how to become a member in just a minute. How do you become a member? Click the join button below the video. After you click the join button, you'll see a list of all the different types of membership levels that are available. Silver members and up will get access to all of the extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and more. Gold members get access to a download folder containing all the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use. Platinum members get all of the previous perks plus access to my full beginner courses and some of my expert courses. These are the full-length courses found on my website, and not just for access. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, ASP, and lots more. But don't worry, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to post any comments that you have. I do read them all. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Click on the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of building databases with Access. It's over 3 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. And it's also free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page and you can send me your question there. Click here to watch my free Access Beginner Level 1 course, more of my Tech Help videos, or to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video from AccessLearningZone.com.